Hi everyone, it's Monique and I have finally uploaded the video showing you all how I make home cooked meals while living in my car. My kitchen area is underneath my bed. That's where I keep my cutting board and that's where I prepare my meals. I keep my pots and pans in the rooftop cargo area. And here I just have my produce and ingredients laid out. I like to start by laying out all of the ingredients I'll need. It just makes things easier. And here I am rinsing off my produce in a little bit of water mixed with vinegar. When I have an apartment and I clean my produce, that's how I do it. I use vinegar to try to help, get as much dirt and everything out as I can. So that's what I'm doing while I live in my car. And it really is important because I found a lot of bugs. And this bug here is much bigger in real life than it looks on the camera. Lettuce is all clean. And I went ahead and washed all of the rest of the produce as well. I keep my knife and a few other utensils in a knife kit. And I like to start by sharpening my knife. I really hate chopping things with a dull knife. So that's what I'm doing here. And the first thing I'm going to do is put together my salad because that's the easiest. All I have to do is throw in some cherry tomatoes in my Tupperware, chop my lettuce, and put in some garbanzo beans. I'm just opening a can of garbanzo beans here, aka chickpeas, and then I put them in a colander and drained them and rinsed them. And now I'm putting them on a salad. I'll eat a little bit of this salad with each meal. Each time I'll eat a little bit of this salad each time I have a meal. So I can get my greens in for the day. And now I'm just going to chop all of my produce. I'm making a vegan Cajun seafood boil. It's really delicious. It's my most popular recipe on my website, my Daytime Vegan website. I get thousands and thousands of views a month just on that recipe. So I'll link it below if you want to try it. Oh, that feels better. After I've chopped a lot of produce, I can usually put it in a container and set it aside, and then I'll have a little bit more room so that I can sit down. Now I'm going to try to use my Cuisinart blender. It's an immersion blender that has an attachment for a regular food processor. And it's pretty nifty. It doesn't use a lot of wattage, so it doesn't take up all of the power on my Yeti. But it was not good for processing this dried seaweed. This is dried seaweed I was trying to grind. For other things, it would do much better. So I ended up having to just chop the dried seaweed with my chef's knife. And now all of my produce is ready, so I can get started cooking. It might seem weird adding dried seaweed to this, but that is the key ingredient that gives it that seafood boil flavor. The seaweed mixed with the Old Bay seasoning. It is so, so good. The main part is finished, so now I'm just adding my vegetables and I let it simmer for a while until the vegetables were cooked, and then I put everything in Tupperware. And there you have it. Now I have a home-cooked dinner to eat for the rest of the week. it was really important for me to be able to have home cooked meals while I live in my car because I don't like eating out that much. So I'm really grateful to be able to cook my own meals whenever I want. Now I have to wash dishes. Wash this, wash that, wash this, wash this, and just clean up in general. Wipe down my cutting board and all of that good stuff. So for the rest of the week, I have this plus this. These two are the exact same things. I just make a lot of one meal because I don't have time to cook 2 meals. I just make one meal for the week, like I've said a few times already, and I eat that during the entire week. I could make 2 meals, but I don't feel like it. I just don't feel like it. So I have no problem eating the same meal every day a week. When I'm at home in a normal living situation with a full kitchen and everything, I will typically cook 3 different meals for the week. But in car life, it's just easier to have one really big batch of something, plus my salad that's up there. And I usually have snacks. I have my peanut butter and jelly. That's my peanut butter. I have jam in the fridge. What else do I have? I have these things right here that I can snack on as well. I remove the wheat. Wheat messes with my stomach, so I remove the wheat noodles and I replace it with rice noodles, the little Asian rice noodles. So I have this, so it's not really bad having just this for my main meal because I do have other little things to give me a little bit of variety throughout the week. Okay, so I'm gonna clean up, and the next time you see me, I will be leaving and finding somewhere to dump this trash. These are my meals for the week. I'm going to leave them out for a little bit and let them cool. Whenever I put the food directly into the refrigerator after making it, it just makes the fridge get really hot, and then the compressor comes on the fridge all the time because it's working so hard to cool it back down to temperature, which means it uses up a ton of power on my Yeti. So I've started letting my food cool down naturally at room temperature till it gets to like room temperature, and then I put it in the fridge after a couple of hours, and that helps. The compressor will still turn on quite often to keep the refrigerator cool, but it does it way less if you don't put the food in immediately. Just a little tip if you decide to live this lifestyle. Okay, I'm gonna finish putting stuff up and find a dumpster. It's the end of the night, and now I am eating my dinner and watching Scooby-Doo. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you're considering this lifestyle, please leave any comments or questions you have. I love responding to your comments and questions, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.